I guess everybody plays Farming Simulator probably a bit differently. There's different things that appeal to people. Well, what I'm going to do is take a look at this article from, was it Rock Paper Shotguns? A bit old. But I always found this article a little bit interesting. It starts with, I wish that Farming Simulator could be an odd chill out experience. Blah, 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 blah. And it kind of finishes with this talk about chill out experience. She says, this is Alice O'Connor writing the article. I want slow farming, long days and weeks on the same task. I want the routine of quiet early mornings, tugging boots on and feeding the chickens, then getting the animals in at night. I want one aging vehicle I come to know like a dear friend, conversing in chugs and splutters. And of course I want that spin tyres mud experience, which I think everybody wants that. If I close my eyes and see a tractor crawling over a hill on a dark and cloudy winter's afternoon. Farming sim will never be this, and I don't expect it to be. That's fine. Well, of course, it isn't fine. That's my vision of how the game should be, I guess. So what I'll do is start with that article, and then swap over to my Farming Simulator 17 save. Okay, back again. That's a bit dramatic. Yeah, that's my house. Okay, and a bit of Sisters of Mercy playing. It's a bit run down because this, I think the idea of this map was it's set in about mid-80s, and that's a recession time for farming, I believe, in the US. Now, it's all pretty grungy. I think I retextured the barn to be a bit more desaturated, so it's not so. There you go. You can see a little tractor in there. Farmel 706. Bit of a workshop. Can't get away from that radio. It's a shame the rain's falling through the roof. Yeah, this is a pretty rough mod, this one, but when it's in the paddock, it sort of beats having a default one. It sort of looks the part. I mean, there's no such thing as a small project, so a project, whoops. Sort of stuck here. See if I can get through this little bit here. Wow, go fast enough. I'm glad it's raining because it sort of actually helps with the atmosphere. Okay, little machinery shed. Not that sheds really do much in the rain. Some stuff, some of this I've made, actually made, that's planer that's not sitting right. Yeah, I think I made that. Plough, I made this cultivator. This seeder is, it's one I made, but I used the LSSA one as a template. It's just that by remaking it, I've reduced the polys so I can texture it my own way and make a few changes. but it's essentially just copying theirs, but I do kind of like it. This seeder and this cultivator is designed to sit on a, what do you call it, a gang rail or something like that, like where you put two of them together and tow behind the single tractor, which is my expansion. As you get a bigger tractor, you drag more seeders behind you. It's a kind of way of reducing the number of mods you have to make a decent game of things. This is an interesting mod over here. It's not mine. This is made by SOB modding, I think, but I've retextured it to suit my style, I guess. Beat up stuff and change the wheels so it fits on my little 706 kind of nicely without jarring. Go over here. I just want to show you, when I start a farm, there's no fields. I put the fences around, but it's just grass, and I start with a little old tractor and a little old plough, and I plough everything. So you're not making a lot of money to start with. It's pretty slow going. So there's a lot just to make that field. I've got this one here as well. I've done. This game is 36 hours, I think, which is one of the longest games I've ever got. Certainly the longest game on 17. Another field over here. I think there's a truck over here, I think. Let's go this way. What's my truck doing over there? So the idea is that there's a sort of this sense of achievement when you've actually ploughed a paddock. You got the choice of how you want to start. Just feels a bit more realistic to me in a sense, rather than there we go, the little truck. And the other idea is that you start with small stuff and you slowly build up to, so I start with this and then shift over to the old Peterbilt 281 with the tag axle. Okay, so I'm almost finished here. I thought we might do a little bit of ploughing, and I'll introduce my current tractor that I'm up to in the game. Okay, so Farmall 1066. And that's my current plough. Just a rough one I put together. Okay, so to finish the video up, I might just do a lap to get a sense of what it takes to plough a field like this, I guess. Okay, so that's my game. This is the last save I had in Farming Simulator 17. I was in two minds as to whether to continue playing this game or start modding for 19. I chose to look into mod 19 mods, mainly because the PBR stuff seemed interesting to learn. But this is my style, I guess. I like vintage tractors, or classic tractors, and I like a map like this where it's just a lot of work. It just doesn't feel right. All the maps that people make with this, where you just jump in and start harvesting straight away, it kind of seems to take away something essential from the game for me. Like this way, you start to feel like you become really familiar with the whole farm, bit by bit, as you play, as you go through the seasons. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully have another video up soon. Cheers.